Away in the middle of the central business district of Adelaide, the old stock exchange now has a new life. It's the home of RiAus. That's all about science communication, so it's the science exchange, and it's a national hub. One of the science streams involves professional development for teachers. The Motor Accident Commission, MAC, is partnering one on road safety for teens. Tanya, Meyer, you're involved as Education Programs Co-ordinator. What's this current package really about?
Driver distraction. So we're looking at the science, the physics and the psychology behind driver distraction. So looking at how teenagers are driving, what is distracting them in the car and what are the impacts of that distraction.
Now, distraction in itself there's a whole lot of psychology involved in that.
Absolutely. One of the main distractions, I think, in the car these days, and what the research is showing, is mobile phone distraction.
What do we know about it, how severe it is, what it does do to us?
Answering your mobile phone could mean up to 3 to 4.5 seconds with your eyes off the road, but also that means that your cognitive attention is taken off the road as well.
Now, what about this idea of multitasking?
Not quite right. We all think we're great at multitasking, but actually the science shows that we're not multitasking. We're actually switching between the two jobs that we're trying to do. 2 jobs, maybe 3 or 4. Changing the radio, your attention actually turns to changing the radio. Then you're back to driving the car. Then your attention turns to answering your telephone, having a conversation with the passenger in the car with you.
So our brain is flicking back and forth?
Flicking back and forth. You are not actually multitasking. You can't do all those things all at once with equal attention giving to all of those tasks.
There's obviously a lot of science built into the materials. It looks like you're working closely with the University of Adelaide Centre.
Our work with MAC has always involved work with CASA, the Centre for Automotive Safety Research. They're doing brilliant work out there, and these teacher notes and the professional development that we're providing are giving them an opportunity to get their road safety research and their messages out into classrooms.
Now, the Centre of Automotive Safety Research at the University of Adelaide obviously works on those physics principles, Newton's laws.
In the package that we're talking about specifically, Driven to Distraction, we're looking at Newton's 3 laws of motion, and they are the laws that CASA, of course, all of their work centres around.
Well, they look at what happens, for instance, when the car stops because it's hit a Stobie pole and we're not wearing a seatbelt.
Exactly, and we've all seen those classic images of the crash test dummies. What happens when they're not wearing their seatbelt? What happens? We're actually looking at the science behind that. So why does your body keep moving when your car has actually crashed into that Stobie pole? That's the science that we're trying to get through the science curriculum into the classroom, and with that science we're actually getting across those road safety messages.
There's some good visual material, support material on the website. What's a good example of that?
One of our animations on low-level speeding. So trying to teach students the difference between travelling at 60 and just that little bit extra, 65 kilometres over the speed limit.
Road safety researchers have found that travelling as little as 5 kilometres per hour faster will in fact double your chance of a casualty crash. So travelling just a little faster can have disastrous consequences on the road for everyone, especially pedestrians and cyclists. Studies have also shown that the increase in the chances of having a crash by travelling as little as 5 kilometres an hour faster is equivalent of having a blood alcohol level of 0.05.
Thanks to Tanya, Meyer and RiAus. There will be more teacher development materials available mid-year with the support of the Motor Accident Commission. Keep an eye on the RiAus website.